So this was the first solve, it was a 784. I got a mushroom shield and I counted bad, so it was, yeah, was set up to scallop kite, but I still had to change the parity. So I did this common trigger and finished it off. At this point I got a Yoshi bird, which is quite a decent 4-slicer. And then I got Sea Edge, which is not exactly my favorite case, especially in this variant of it. So I did JJ, U2D prime into SP, cancelling into the bar flip on the top. So this was the second solve, it was a 733, and I got L, and this scallop line case pretty common. And again I traced bad, so it was again the bad case, obviously. So it wasn't actually that big of a problem because it saved me a pre-ABF, so I could immediately from here go into a slice, adjust the parity to get scallop kite in this way. Then I got a really nice case. It was a 4-slicer, it was a knight from exactly the right angle, so I could immediately go into that. And then from here I made a little mistake. I probably should have aligned the G and the J like this to get a JJ from the back into JN, but in the moment I decided to do a big pre-ABF into JJ from the front into JN. Locked up quite a bit on this solve, so I probably could have been better, but can't complain too much about it. So this was the third solve, it was a 1237, and it was a barrel scallop, and once again it was the bad case, and again it didn't really affect it too much because it saved me the pre-ABF. Not very common, but it's happened multiple times already, this average. So I sliced like this, did a -4 on top to get scallop like this in the front, did that. Then I got quite a good 3-slicer, it was Axe Gem. And from here I actually got quite a good case. It was a adjacent K, which you should be doing from this angle, breaking up the K block. VF cancelled into PN, but obviously since it was a 12, that's not what I did in that moment. So for some reason I did like a JJ from this angle, giving me S and PJ. Yeah, so I realized that was terrible, undid it, and then I went for the PJ solution into JN. So yeah, no comment on that one. Well, in the solve itself I actually did comment on it with, I quote, "Was mache ich eigentlich für den Scheissdreck?" Yeah. So yeah, that's my opinion on that solve. So this was the fourth solve, it was a 625, best solve of the average, and once again, as luck would have it, I got a case where I didn't have to do any pre-AUF or pre-ADF. So it was the odd count for this case line and whatever this is called, I seriously don't know anymore. And in this case you have to solve it in a way that you pair the scallop like this, so you get it in the front if you have the line on top. So it was quite a finger trick friendly situation. Then I did U prime D prime into a knight squid, which is slash D, and then you can pair up the thumbs like this, also quite finger trick friendly. And then one last pretty nice case for this solve, it was JA, which I unfortunately had to do a U2D to, but I could do from this angle because the bar is flipped. I usually go into JN instead of JJ, which is more ergonomic for me. So I did JJ, little misalignment on the bottom into JN, UD prime. Pretty happy about the execution on that solve, it was almost 3 SPS. So this was the last solve, it was a 692. So I was pretty nervous going into this. Obviously having NR on the line isn't exactly a nerve-free situation. But anyway, I counted odd on this case, whatever it's called, but it's one of the most common ones. And as you will probably expect, I go into scallop scallop. Since it's odd, I have to pair it with these two and not with these two, so I decided it would be the best to do a -2, -4, go into scallop scallop on the back. And then I got quite a nice free slicer once again, it was axe knight, and you solve it like this. You have this angle slash D prime slash and align the blocks. And then I got really lucky, I got a PS, which is a 5 slice case, and when I saw this I got quite shaky, a bit nervous obviously, because I knew if I only execute this algorithm decently it would be NR. So I quite slowly executed it, cancelling into the bar flip on the top, getting U2, D2, ABF, and I really executed it quite carefully to not +2 this solve. And well, it still ended up being a 692, which gave me a 736 NR average.